Hey guys, welcome back to the Small Time Creators podcast. Thank you.
Caught me off guard, bro.
I'm sorry, man. I had to start.
Yo!
You know what I'm saying? You gotta be ready, man.
Aye.
You gotta be ready. You know what? Stay ready. You know what I'm saying?
Aye.
Yeah. What's the phrase? Is that how it goes?
Born ready.
No.
Where's that from?
If you stay ready, you ain't gotta get ready.
Alright.
Right?
I like that. I'm gonna use that.
man.
Yeah.
Alright.
Welcome to the Small Time Creators podcast. Thank you for joining us in this video. If you look at the title of the video, you know that we are doing a movie review for Cocaine Bear and Creed 3. So yeah, very excited. Ashley wants to say something. Go ahead, Ashley.
Say the bear line from the fifth one, remember? The rap. Do it.
Oh,
Hurry.
you should have reminded me. I forgot how it goes.
Come on, just do it, bro. Come on, man. Something about the bear. Come on, come do it, bro. I forgot what it was.
I'll get you halfway.
Alright, cool.
I'll get you halfway. don't
Alright,
worry.
alright.
But yeah, Cocaine Bear and Creed 3 movie
Okay.
review. And
Okay. No. Okay. Sorry to interrupt your introduction. Okay, Hash. I know what you're doing. I know what you're doing.
I don't even know what's happening, guys.
Yeah.
But listen, please, for me, make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe.
Yeah.
Make sure you hit the bell so you know that when so you get notifications for when the videos come out. And also, rate us on Spotify, Apple Music, and Google Podcasts. Let us know how the pod is, if you're enjoying it. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, comment on the videos. Let us know what you think, stuff like that. It will be really helpful to get some engagement from you guys. But yeah, back to the video. So Creed 3 Cocaine Bear. What do you guys?
Intro.
Alright, introduce yourself. Alright, man. It's been a long weekend. I ain't gonna lie, guys. Yeah. I'm Mo.
Nah, I'm Hashi.
I'm Kem.
Alright, let's go.
Yeah, so Kem is here early today. So
Ooh!
sorry.
Ooh!
No.
Ooh, Mo! I love it, Mo. I love it.
Bear in mind, yeah, I'm come from very far, yeah. So if you lot don't see me next week or any time beyond this, yeah, I've given up. I can't deal with people.
Do you know in my mind that didn't sound as bad as it was? As soon as I dropped it, I was like,
Bro,
I put that.
no, I don't accept it. I don't accept it. No, we move. Because, I need to keep this energy because I know man's sending for me, yeah? And I've had some, I had some reviews about people getting at me and making me look like a bum.
About
Bummy.
Godfather.
Huh? Shut your mouth. Man. Anyway.
Hey, there's gonna be a rebrand with Kevin. But listen, because we ain't got much time, so let's try and get this done.
Yep.
There will be spoilers in this video, so if you haven't seen the movie, go watch it and come back to this video. If you don't care about spoilers, stick around and just hear what we think, and maybe it might make you go watch the movie. You guys want to start with Cocaine Bear or Creed?
No, Creed, man.
Creed.
You want to start with Creed?
Yeah.
Run it!
Creed 3, run it. Alright. Oh, that scene, man. Oh my goodness. Alright. So this is Michael B. Jordan's directorial debut.
Yep.
And for me, I have to say, what a debut. I think this was, he did a really good job with this. I very much enjoyed it. These are just my overall thoughts right now. I'm going to get onto these guys in a second. But yeah, I think this is really good. I thought the performances were well. I thought the story was pretty good. I didn't think it was anything, complex or anything like that. It's a pretty generic-ish story, but I think it worked very well. Rocky obviously is not in the movie, but for some reason I didn't miss him in the movie. I don't think there was never a moment in the movie where I was like, this needed Rocky in it.
Bro, what about the theme? The theme never came up. I was waiting for it the whole time.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? The Rocky
Did it?
theme. Never came
Did
up.
it not come up?
Not once.
Did the Creed one come up?
A little bit, but even that one it wasn't used a lot.
Yeah, but they had but I love the soundtrack though. I have to say, I love the soundtrack. They started off with that
Dr. Dre.
Dr. Dre, the
walkout.
Watcher.
The Watcher, yeah, sorry.
Oh my god, the Saint Gangsters. I was just like, yeah, this is cool. And then I think they flipped the beat one time for a J. Cole verse, the same beat. They flipped it, and he had a cold verse in like one of the montages. But yeah, I love this movie personally. So I was like, Ken, what do you think?
I'm indifferent.
Oh,
no. It's a great movie. I won't say great. It's a very good movie. Very good movie. I see there's certain things that I was aware of, like in regards to sort of Michael B. Jordan, what he was trying to do in regards to sort of like his anime influence.
Yeah, I want to get onto that, but yeah.
We'll get onto it because again, parts of it I liked,
Yeah.
parts of it I didn't like.
Sure.
Because it was too much for me in certain moments. But overall, I really liked it. Again, as you said, it's a generic story. There's no real sort of. I was never really sort of caught off guard in how the story was going to pan out. So, again, for it being generic and the execution was really good for his debut as well. I You have to give him credit. Very good. Jonathan Majors, man.
Yeah.
I swear he's creeping up to be one of my favorites right now.
Already he's having a year.
Bro, I watched this movie with the missus.
Yeah.
And we were rooting for him.
I've heard that.
We were rooting for him.
Some people, you know.
We were rooting for him.
Yeah.
Anyway, there's certain stuff in the movie which touched me personally.
Yeah.
Because it reflects personally on my life.
Yeah,
so, but the movie was wicked.
Yeah.
Wicked. It was wicked. There were some things I didn't like. The movie was wicked.
Actually, what do you think, man?
Same. I had so much fun, man.
Same as me or same as him?
Same as both. Same as you more actually, because
Okay.
I thought this was such a good movie. Like, obviously, Creed 2 really disappointed me personally. Like, it was.
Oh really?
I wasn't feeling Creed 2 like that.
I actually like that, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
But like this one, I thought
Do you like Creed 1?
it's near enough perfect movie, bro.
Creed 1 was cool.
Yeah, it's one of the best sports movies ever. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Come on, bro. That Dream Chase Meek Mill. Come on, bro.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah.
Come
That was
on.
cool. That was cool.
But this was like so well acted. Like, it's unbelievable. Like, obviously you've got Michael B. You've got, what do you call it, Majors. Even Tessa Thompson, who I sometimes have issues with in terms of her like performances. She was great in this
Even
movie.
Felicia Rashad's little bits.
Yeah.
Like that scene, spoilers obviously, I'll just say it again, but
Yeah.
that scene when she's dying,
Yeah.
bro, that hit me, man.
That hit
me so
that hit
hard.
me
When
100%.
she thought she was talking to Apollo.
Apollo,
yeah.
I was just like, yo.
Yeah, no,
man.
that hurt.
By the way, it's an acting showcase. This
Yeah.
movie in many ways. Like, again, I had issues with a lot of the fighting scenes. I didn't think were that good because of the whole anime thing. We'll get into that.
Yeah.
But I think just regards the acting here, man.
Yeah.
Like, just like Jonathan Majors, like physicality
Yeah.
and his face is like he was constantly had like a screw face on and stuff like that.
Listen,
It was just so amazing. Like, all the little things were like he was constantly like,
nah, there was one point my missus was like, his face.
yeah, it was crazy. It was just amazing, like the stuff he was
Yeah.
doing. Like when he realized like this guy's like disrespecting him. Everyone like when he's looking around goes, there's a lot of young cats here, you know what I mean? All that kind of stuff, and then
Yeah.
people constantly calling him old man. Like, he just was hating every single minute of it.
You
And
see
it
that
was-
comment? You see that comment you made about your missus? What did she say?
She was just like, at one point, because he was making like a similar face a lot of the time
Yeah.
in the movie, and she just giggled and she's like, his face.
No. Okay, on his facial expressions, I personally think was masterful.
No, I thought no.
But
She's not like taking the piss as in it's terrible.
Okay.
It's just more like it was. His face was more in that scrunched up thing more than it was normal.
Yeah, so his face told a story.
That's what
So
it
the
is.
point I was trying to make so I'm watching this movie with my missus, yeah. It tests my manhood.
Mm.
Oh, he's a real man. I look at my missus and thinking, what? You know what? I'm not even gonna start yet. I'm in the movie thinking, I'm trying to flex my tits and my. I'm thinking, bro. She caught me off guard.
Mr. Majors.
I have to admit, the brother, yeah, he's
bro, like,
fam,
he's brawling.
brother. Like, he was a terrifying human in this. Like, you know, there was one point in the fight, he ran up to the. I was like, ah,
Bro, you know who you remind me of? Like, all dead serious.
Yeah.
He remind me of Vicious Mike. I'm talking about
Yeah,
Iron
there
Mike.
was an element of that, yeah.
Bro, the brother was terrified.
I imagine he got inspiration from it.
Of course.
And
He had to.
The haircut, yeah.
I feel like they had one missed opportunity. Yeah. Every time he came up for a fight, he had two fights, right, against
Mhm.
Jose Benavidez' character
Yep.
and Michael B. Jordan. He should have come out with no music, just like Mike.
No.
He should have come out
One
with
of them.
because he had the
Yeah.
black thing as well. He should have come out. No
One of them.
And all
The
you
first
get
one,
booze.
bro, let me tell you, yeah. Like, as I said, the music, it was brilliant.
Yeah, it was,
But
yeah.
when I heard, on my life, I've been.
Yeah.
What's his name?
Wait.
Lauren London's ex-husband who died, who
Oh,
passed away.
Nipsey. Yeah.
Bro?
Yeah.
Bro, I'm there, yeah. I'm
Yeah,
like
yeah,
this.
yeah.
And my missus is looking at me because I see her in my peripheral.
Yeah,
I'm like this,
Yeah.
like going, and I can see her like laughing at me,
Yeah.
but I'm feeling this
Yeah.
because even with some of the shots, yeah, and because I've got like because I know a little bit about boxing, just a little bit, not too much. That's what I'm saying. If Hash is messing with me, I'm gonna. But anyway, no, all jokes aside, yeah. But yeah, I'm flowing with the punches, you know.
Yeah.
You know when you watch boxing, I'm flowing with the punches, and some of the things I'm like,
Yeah.
I'm trying to get in there, and she's there busting up. But that Nipsey, when that dropped, I was like,
It's
like,
because it's an LA movie,
That's
innit?
how I felt in the beginning when the Dr. Dre song
Yeah, it's
came.
because it's an LA movie, innit? That's why.
Mm.
As soon as I heard that beat, I was like, I was playing that the other day. And then it came on, he started rapping. I was like, oh shit! I was like,
Yeah, nah, that's
so
cool.
good, man.
But let me ask a question though.
Yeah.
The first fight, yeah, Michael B. Jordan, before obviously he hung up, before he hung up his glove.
with Tony Belly's
Yeah.
character.
Yeah, Conlon, yeah.
I didn't like that.
Ricky Conlon.
I didn't like it.
Okay.
I felt it was too. There was too much. It was leaning too much to anime. What do you think?
For me, I think the very start of the movie, in terms of going back in time when he was younger and stuff like that, that whole kind of tracking shot was fantastic. You know what I mean? Like, a part of me wanted to watch that movie more than the present day stuff at times.
Which bit, sorry?
You know when it goes back in time for when they were youngest, when Damon.
Oh, when they were kids.
Oh, okay. I thought you were gonna fight. Yeah.
But then, like them kind of like then cutting to that fight suddenly and stuff like that in his last fight. Again, like the camera was kind of like was doing this weird thing in terms of the shutter speed and stuff like that, and you could tell like all this kind of stuff.
I think it's 'cause I think he drops the frame rate. For
Yeah,
fights.
yeah.
Okay.
Obviously the fights are recorded on IMAX cameras, so he wants you to watch it and I could tell this would have been so much better if I watched it in IMAX personally. So the thing with the anime thing, right? I watched the interview, Red, I think, where he said a lot of this stuff is inspired by anime and stuff like that. So you see the first fight, Ricky Conlon, he's dodging and he's looking at his body.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, oh, this is what he's talking about.
Yeah.
It's not too bad. The last fight happened, I thought it was brilliant. Personally,
No. Let's do. Let's do the first one first, because
Yeah.
I've got issues with the last fight as well.
You go.
Yeah. So the fights, and there was a lot of drop frames.
There was.
So many.
Whether it was there was some I don't think was intentional. I think because I would say if you're dealing with different frame rates and everything, and you have obviously you're doing the sort of standard conversion.
That, though.
No, I'm just talking about from a point of view from obviously because I'm working at
It doesn't make sense.
So there's certain things in there because obviously when you drop frames, like intentionally you want to like make something sharp or make something look more snappy, like certain punches. But there was some shots here when they were driving. There was some drop frames and everything. But neither here nor there. The fighting, which I think this is just I'm thinking, I think they did frame blending. Yeah, because a lot of the punches you would see like a ghosting effect in the glove.
Yeah.
So when the punch is thrown, you'll see like a ghosting effect. You see like the shot will throw, and then you'll see the glove sort of trailing, a ghosting effect trailing, and that's frame blending. I think that was done intentional for the anime aspect of it. Yeah, because there's a few of that, and I was looking and thinking, that's not in some respect that's like an issue. That's that's an editing flaw. Yeah, like conversion rate. Like when you're converting stuff, you'll have issues with either drop frames, repeat frames, ghosting. Frame blending, but it's brilliant to actually do that intentionally, which some of it was good, but then that whole checkmate and look at the body and everything, I just felt it was just too much. Because it's a boxing movie, I was like, I like that, but not too much. And I felt it was just too, it was almost like computerized, even if it wasn't, if you get what I mean.
I do get what you mean. I think with me, the reason I didn't mind it is because, like, you look at the first few Rocky movies, right? Those fights, they don't look like proper fights. You can see the punches missing, like on purpose or whatever it is.
Yeah.
Like it doesn't, like not until these Creed movies where these fights actually look like real fights. And even then they don't. But they look better, bro. They look much better as fights, bro. Like the combinations, you can't tell that he's not actually hitting them in the face. It looks like they are hitting them in the face, as opposed to those old Rocky movies. So when you come into this third one and he's got a directorial debut, I understand where he would be like, oh, I need to make this look different.
Okay,
I need to make this stand out.
Yeah, I'm not I'm not mad at that specifically, but I just think
I'm just saying why I like it though.
I just think like even some of the combinations and the way that they kind of even the fighting stances and like the ways that the punches were thrown, and even Jonathan Majors blocking punches like this.
Yeah, that's not something.
That's a boxing
That
style,
is a
bro.
boxing
It is a boxing style per se.
Yeah.
But like again, like the fact that he was trying to at times even doing a bit like a Carl Froch kind of thing as well.
Yeah.
And constantly changing styles within fights and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Like one fight he's doing like basically a southpaw kind of stance, stuff like that. And then he's doing a Roy Jones. And then like you could see like it kept on changing throughout the movie. And it just didn't track. Cause like obviously a boxer has 3 or 4 different kind of moves or stances, stuff like that. A general style. Yeah. And it just kept on changing.
But people have to adjust to different fighters though.
Yes.
You can't. He's not gonna fight.
He only fought 2 fights though.
Yeah, but he's not gonna fight Felix the same way he's gonna fight the former pound for pound champion.
Yeah. Okay, I've got a question for you. Knowing that you lot are boxing fans.
Yeah.
I got obviously in regards to the movie. I didn't personally like the fact that it was so unrealistic in terms. Yes, I understand it's a movie. It's so unrealistic in regards to like combinations and everything.
Because
Boxers don't throw so many combinations. They don't.
But it's choreography.
I know, but I think maybe my bar was too high because again, every time.
So hold on. So you don't have to have felt the same way about the fights in the first 2 Creed movies, then, surely.
No, well, no, I don't know about him. For me, like,
forget the anime stuff. Talking about the actual fights and the combinations and things like that. It was the same.
Yeah, but no. Okay. Let me come back because I know it. I think you are right, but because we're watching it, because it's fresh in mind.
Sure.
There was so many sort of, as a boxing fan and knowing, people, the jab is so important. Yeah. There was no real jabs. There was just
much of it, yeah.
there was all these combinations like a Floyd Mayweather montage. There was, even in the fight, and I'm thinking there was so many stuff done there that you would have got picked out. He would have got picked off.
Mm.
So in regards to the boxing choreography, it looked, I think for the non-boxing fans, I would imagine it looked amazing. Oh my god, that's amazing! But it is so unrealistic because everything's a combination. You don't do that.
I get what you're saying because in a real fight, things don't look as perfect.
Yeah,
obviously.
Yeah, of course.
In a real fight, things are gonna happen like your arm's gonna flail this way. Things are gonna happen.
Miss punches.
Yeah. This obviously the choreography. Every aspect of it looked perfect.
It was clean.
So what they wanted, their intention in it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm trying to say, but. Also, at the same time, I don't know how you make a fight look like an actual realistic fight. Like, that's so hard to do. You kind of have to be like, do your thing with no choreography and see what happens from there. Like a sparring session or something like that. If there's choreography in it, bro, they're going to follow what the choreography says and it's gonna have to look perfect.
So, going back to your question, the first one had a lot more kind of realistic kind of entry points into kind of like engagements in terms of boxing, like jab, you know what I mean, hit, cross, miss punches, all that kind of stuff. And it was because a fight again is similar to kind of like a movie. There's a story, there's a beginning, a middle, and an end kind of thing. Yeah. Whereas the second one was absolutely flailing, going crazy, stuff like that, just huge haymaker and stuff like that with kind of Drago's son into.
He's Frank Drago.
But again, I know that, but it was just crazy, like the fact that these men had like unlimited gas tanks. You know what I'm saying? Like these men kept on throwing every single round, kind of thing. The second one, hence the reason why I didn't really kind of connect to that movie. But this one, I thought he took a chance in regards to like, especially the second fight. But there's one thing I want to talk about was the kind of the juxtaposition between the violence of the punching and the fighting, and the ASL in terms of sign language. And I thought that was cool to kind of like, in one way, you can use your hand to violence, another way you can communicate. And the whole movie was about, Donnie trying to communicate his feelings. Yeah. You know what I mean? To his wife, to his kid, you know what I'm saying? Stuff like that. And I thought that was so cool. Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
There's a cameo in the movie of my favourite boxer at the moment, Terence Crawford.
Yeah,
that was brilliant.
And I was watching an interview of him and he said something similar to you, like, boxers and like people who are deaf, there's similarities with them because they have to use their hands and stuff like that. So I do get what you're saying, but that girl's so adorable, man.
Yeah, she was good. And we'll talk about the end, what I think what might happen in regards with her and stuff like that.
Yeah, I thought that. Okay,
I'm sitting down and I'm seeing her like hit the bag, and then at the end when she's in the ring and stuff like that. And me and my wife just look at each other, and she knows that's my dream. We can't have a child just to be able to like do that stuff with, you know.
We can't just jump to the end, man. Let's go in a minute.
Yeah.
So one second. So going to what Hash was talking about, when they went back in time, when obviously the backstory between Damon and Adonis. Yeah. Hash.
For me, I thought that was so good, man. That was one of my favorite parts of the movie. Like in terms of like them going back and then them showing their relationship and how they were brothers, stuff like that, and him and us slowly throughout the movie realizing who Leon was to them and stuff like that. I thought was really good.
Leon was a bitch.
He's a horrible guy.
He was beating up kids and then he got beat up by a kid.
Bro, you know the. Okay, I'm having a Mo moment because I remember one time when we was talking about. Do you remember Babylon?
Yeah.
I had a Mo moment. Yeah. So I was thinking
when I said the
yeah. Go on.
So you don't know what I'm talking about. Go watch the Babylon movie.
Yeah.
So I was watching it and I'm thinking, like this bear, because it's so painful. Okay, I understand. It's his trauma, and I said to my missus, "Do you reckon he touched him up when he was younger?" And my missus looked at me thinking, "No."
Yeah.
That's what I thought.
I said to my missus abuse, but in my mind I said abuse not as physical, I thought as sexual.
Yeah.
That's what I thought.
Okay, so it wasn't a
That's
moment
what
then.
I thought
Alright,
it was
cool.
physical abuse.
I thought it was sexual.
I thought it was sexual abuse.
I thought it would be both, innit? Like,
Yeah,
I thought the
wouldn't,
sexual
yeah,
aspect was part
wouldn't,
of it.
yeah, wouldn't be
But
surprised
when
either
it
way.
turned to be just like a
Him
physical,
punching
like,
up on
okay,
him,
this
yeah.
is, I mean, it's bad as well. So.
Fair enough. That's what I'm saying. I didn't want to play it down, but fair enough.
I just assumed. But
Yeah, because I always thought that the worst, and I thought it was like a sexual thing.
Yeah.
But then
That's not a moment.
I thought it was a moment.
okay,
Allow
yeah.
me. But then obviously with that, and obviously I knew it was I knew Damon, obviously with the backstory, knew Damon had some sort of like what's the word? He felt some sort of way the fact that Adonis ran off.
Sure.
Yeah. So clearly he's done a bird for Adonis, because if they were in that situation, he wouldn't have to pull out the gun and everything.
Yeah.
So he's got a chip on his shoulder.
Yeah.
But the little hints that this is not what you think he's here for,
Yeah.
by Duke and everything, yeah, it's like he was blinded by his friend. So I like that element, but obviously the backstory, you're right. Thinking about it now, it would have been good if we had more. Because I had a problem with the duration and how everything was so short, and sometimes some bits was like prolonged, something was just so cut short.
What more did you not need though?
I needed a little. In some regards, I needed a little bit more. Like in regards to the end, we'll get to it. I didn't like the fact that it was so sharp and everything.
Sure.
But with that, it felt like a. It might sound silly. It felt like a studio. Like everything was boxed in. We're in one area. Let's do this. Let's get this done and move on. There was no moving on from that. Because that one scene and the liquor store and everything, and then everything beyond that, they could have expanded.
Yeah,
but they didn't.
I think the main critique for the film that I'm seeing a lot of is that the story was too simple. I disagree with that. I have to push back on that a lot, because I think the reason why the story is the way it is so that these actors can kind of like really kind of communicate the feelings and stuff like that. Because obviously, when you feel betrayed, like that's something that, you know what I mean, can't be forgiven straight away.
Yeah.
Regardless of whether or not you say to someone, I forgive you, you know what I'm saying? You can forgive someone, but you can never forget at the same time, kind of thing. And the fact that obviously he wanted him to kind of apologize and say sorry and all that kind of thing. At the end was it earned or not? I don't know. I'm not 100% sure about that, whether or not you'd forgive someone straight away in regards to that. But I thought, just to go to the final fight in regards to kind of the metaphor and all that kind of stuff, and the fact that the crowd's gone away, similar to Raging Bull.
Just before that, sorry, I think it was earned, man. I don't know. I'm a bit different to you guys, innit? I think I don't know if I would have wanted to see much more of the backstory. I think seeing Dame's boxing skills and then seeing the incident that basically defined them later on in their life, I think for me that was kind of enough in it. I think the great thing that this movie does is that it doesn't paint anyone as a real villain. They're both kind of like, you can empathize with both of their points. It's like Adonis was scared. At the same time, bro, it's not your fault, and what happened.
Yeah.
You know what I'm trying to say? And then Dame is here, and he's like a freaking this amazing talent and stuff like that. But you were abandoned. Do you know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
The people that you thought loved you weren't there for you. So I get, and that's why I get why people would root for Jonathan Majors' character and stuff like that. But personally, for me, I thought it was so done well, and they had them two have real good chemistry, man.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like the scene where Stephen A. Smith, where he's doing the interview.
By the way, Stephen was so amazing.
Listen,
he was
man,
so good.
That's his bag.
By the way,
bro.
when he goes to call it, you were a champion 3 years ago.
Yeah.
When he dropped it, the way he dropped it,
Yeah.
just so amazing. And then when he's talking up, when he puts Donnie on the line, I'm thinking, when he puts Dame on the line.
Yeah.
Oh, and the way he goes.
I think it was my favorite scene.
And when the way what do you call it? Donnie goes, not here, man.
Yeah.
Not here.
And he goes to him, I challenge you. He goes, oh, run it. And then he just
Yeah. When he
I
was
was like, that was brilliant.
By the way, that whole night, anyone that calls me, you know what I mean, at the end, run it, let's go. We're like,
All right, cool. Let me, before we wrap up, I just want to know your best and your worst, least favorite scenes of the movie, because I've got my least favorite, so I'm basically trying to segue into this bit. But go on.
My favorite scene was probably that one. Was a good one that we just spoke about. I think Felicia Rashad's death was a really good one for me, and there was one more that I thought was really. I think it was them on the beach.
Okay.
that's a fantastic
Yeah,
scene.
when When he was like, "Oh, you mad?
Yeah.
You mad?"
By the way,
and then even when he called him on the phone, he's like, "You need a tissue, little daddy."
Yeah.
Like, this guy is he made me laugh, bro.
Yeah,
At
same.
certain points,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? So.
by the way, the
Yeah.
fact that Michael B is willing to be the kind of like be like less than on
Yeah.
screen compared
Yeah.
to his, you know what I mean,
Yeah,
his
yeah.
acting partner. You know what I mean? He doesn't want to always be. You know what I mean? Like similar to kind of like The Rock and Vin Diesel.
Yeah.
They always want to be equal. You know what I mean? They never want to look bad. He doesn't mind looking bad.
That's that
He doesn't
character
mind.
development,
Yeah,
bro.
exactly. He doesn't mind looking
Yeah.
like he's a soft guy. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Stuff like that. My guy got punked in
Yeah.
front of like literally like tens of people. You know what I mean?
It's
So
not
many
punching,
people.
He had to restrain himself.
You know,
Let me.
Let me
Alright.
control myself.
Chill.
And for me, I think my favorite scene was before the Benavides fight. Sorry, the Felix fight
His
for
name is-
Don.
I don't know his
Yeah,
name.
yeah. But before, like him when he comes to dressing room, and then you see that kind of scene
The
between
split.
the walls,
The
and like
split.
there's no reason why they should look. It's like the kind of like foreshadowing
Yeah.
that they're gonna fight each other. The way he looks across.
It's because Michael B. Jordan knows, like, is this a good idea?
Yes,
And then Jonathan Majors knows, fuck, man, I gotta do this. Like,
and
I'm
he's
gonna-
got his own plan as
yeah,
well.
and
That you see.
I'm about to fight dirty. And
Yeah,
this
yeah.
guy kind of like gave me opportunity, even though he's kind of like, I needed you then, I needed
Yeah.
you to get me to fight. But I don't
Yeah.
need you now, kind of thing. Do you know what I'm trying to say?
All right,
Yeah.
then what's your least favorite?
I can't think of a scene where I was just like, nah.
Can you go into because obviously
Yeah,
yours is the last
so-
fight,
yeah,
right?
yeah,
go ahead.
Let's go
But-
into it. Let's get into it.
When they isolated themselves and there was no one around,
Yeah.
I understood that was cool.
Mhm.
I understood it was cool. But it then didn't feel like a sports movie.
Mhm. I do get what you're saying.
But it's almost like, again, when I was talking about the certain prolonged situation, I think that was just too prolonged. And the double punch, that's all anime. That double punch and everything, which was
What double punch?
when they both punched each other at the same time.
Oh, sorry.
And then they obviously came in and everyone was
Yeah,
there
yeah.
again.
And it was like round 11. Yeah.
Again, the pacing, I didn't like it because I looked at my mistress and said, huh? Round 11?
Interesting.
I want to see round 7, round 6. I want to see when people are coming back. Like, obviously, I'm losing now. I want to know who was losing up until that point, or like that Rocky element was gone.
Yeah.
They took that away from us. Round 11, I'm thinking I was robbed here.
That was his style, isn't it? Like, I get what you're saying, though. I do 100% get the the gripe with that.
How did you feel about it?
I liked it, man. I just thought, like, when he's saying I'm gonna do some anime-inspired stuff, this is kind of the thing that I thought, like, even like with the eyes when they're about to start the fight. Remember they kept on closing up to their eyes and stuff like that and whatnot. And I thought it was cool. Like, they added.
That's
the,
visual language because
yeah,
they
they
did the
added
same thing. They did the same thing to his first fight with Benavides.
They added the prison bars and then
I
they
don't-
added the punching back thing.
So let me quickly go into it because for me, I saw a lot of Raging Bull in that.
I was just about
Yeah.
to say that.
By the way, the fact when I saw this happening, I'm thinking, credit to MBJ that he's going for it. He's literally going for it because in this film franchise, we've never seen anything like this.
Yeah.
Now, where we're going into metaphor and allegory and all that kind of amazing stuff. Where
it's creative, man.
it's creative, and I'm thinking like we don't see these things in a mainstream movie. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I loved it. Like for me, maybe it was a bit heavy-handed having that kind of same bag that Leon used to like beat them with, like beat them onto and stuff like that. I thought that was a bit too much. I thought that the change of lighting at times, I thought that was a bit too much. But when everything went down, it was kind of like Raging Bull. I was thinking, yo, let's do it. I
What
love
did you
this.
think of when they saw each other across, but as little, their younger sons?
That's too much. That's too much
Yeah.
because you're taking it too much out of the fight. And I'm saying like for them to be on their ones fighting, I thought was so cool.
So you just wanted the
No.
fight.
But again, and the fact that it went straight to round 11,
yeah.
I thought I was with it. I was honestly I was with it. I was saying, it works for me because they're not fighting because of the occasion. They're fighting the demons from the past.
Yeah,
and
okay,
that kind of
okay,
stuff,
okay,
you know what I'm
okay,
saying?
okay, okay.
They're fighting trauma, basically. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, I was explaining
Yeah.
that. Okay, I get it. I still didn't like it, but I get it. I get it.
Yeah.
Because it's not so much about the winner. Because at one point in the fight, it's almost like when Damien knocked him down, he didn't want him. It's almost like a big brother's like get up now, get up now.
Yeah.
So, like, I think he found peace in the fight, not after the fight. In the fight.
And also, he kept on telling him, like, I helped you get up. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now get up by
and he's
yourself.
doing it.
And the fact that he said that on the beach was amazing. That's one of the reasons why it was such a great scene for me.
Listen. All I'm saying, Jonathan Major is top. He's top
Yeah.
tier. His
Yeah, he is.
like his facial, like his acting in his face alone was top tier because there's so much. I I was reading that story
Yeah.
To his face.
more than I was reading the actual visual.
Yeah.
Because what he was telling me is like, I'm uncomfortable. I don't want to be here, but I have to be here because I need this to get what I need.
No, you're so right, man. He uses his facial expressions so well, bro. Like when he's almost close to crying and things like
Yes.
that. There's even a moment, and I think it's in the trailer, where they're in the diner in the beginning and they're talking and stuff like that. And he goes, "Come to the gym, whatever." And he does this thing where he's smiling. He goes, "Thank you."
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm trying to say? Like his face just goes straight quickly like that, and I'm just
Yeah.
like, I don't know what it is about it,
Yeah.
but it got me. Like,
Bro.
Do you know what I'm trying to say? I was like, yeah, this is.
He can
fantastic
really like
performance.
communicate like this deep well of feeling
Yes.
in every single, you know what I mean,
Yeah,
every
yeah.
single line reading, and he's like I saw a great actor in him when I first saw him in Last Black Man in San Francisco.
Yeah.
I'm thinking this guy's good, you know what I'm
Bro.
saying, but the way from then to where he is now, like it's just amazing to
It's
see.
incredible, man.
Have you not
know
seen
what I
Devotion?
Yeah, the pilot.
Yeah,
flight.
yeah,
Yeah,
it's
I
good.
haven't seen that. I still need
Yeah.
to see that.
Bro, the guy, he is top tier. I don't like, honestly. I see the hype now because a few eps ago we done a few, and I was like, oh yeah, they're really building him up for something. I see, maybe not because I see the hype now. He is top tier. I don't like the fact that my missus likes him, but he's top tier.
Like, he's one of those guys, like, even if the movie's good or bad, you know his performance is going to
Yeah.
be A1. But I have to say quickly before we wrap up,
Yep.
Michael B. Jordan, not enough people talk about his acting. I think he's actually so good, man. Like, I think people talk about, like, his movies and the roles he's done and stuff like that, but his specific acting, I think is so good. Like, even that scene with Felicia Rashad when she's in their deathbed.
Incredible.
So good, man. Do you know what I'm trying to say? Him, like, trying to talk about his trauma and things like that. Like, I think he's a top-notch
He's
actor
an
for
amazing
real.
What do you not think of what's her name?
Tessa Thompson. She's good, man. She's always sick. I don't like. I've liked her in everything that I've seen her in. Honestly,
You know what she's got this awkward look.
Yeah.
I think it is.
No, she's pretty. She's beautiful.
She's
beautiful. And her and Michael B. Jordan have an amazing chemistry. As
They
well.
do.
And I've seen them in interviews, and they seem like just great friends.
Yeah.
and stuff
They
like
do.
that.
They
Yeah,
really do. Because you almost on camera you
think they're a couple.
think like they're a couple.
Yeah.
Yeah. How about it now? Yeah, you like Jonathan Mate? She's bangers.
Alright, real quick before we move on to Cocaine Bear. This one's been a bit of a long one, guys, so
Alright.
it might have to be a short one for Cocaine Bear. But STC score, small time critics score. Hashi, what did you give this out of 10?
7 out of 10.
7 out of 10, straight 7. No
Straight 7.
7.1.
Straight 7 for me.
No,
Straight
straight
7
7.
for me.
Alright, cool.
Yeah.
Kev?
6.5.
Yeah.
Hey!
Can
It's
I
not bad. It's not bad. No, it's not
That's-
bad. It's not bad.
I'm not mad at
6.5.
it. Not mad at that. Not mad at that at all.
I'll give it like a. I'll give it a 7.5.
Yeah.
I'll give it a 7.5. I was close to 8, but I think I'll give it a 7.5.
I think people need to understand this is a movie more about forgiveness. Like,
Yeah,
the
it's
last fight was a
yeah.
fight for forgiveness, basically.
Yeah, yeah.
You know what I mean? Think of
Yeah.
it that way. But also, kind of felt like at the end they're setting up for
The daughter.
The daughter, yes.
to be, you know
Yeah,
what I mean,
the
to
ne-
be
the
a
next-
boxer
yeah,
and
yeah.
stuff like that. So.
Creeder.
Creeder?
Listen, what? Real quick, last question before I go.
Yeah.
Did you miss Rocky in this film?
Yes, I missed Rocky and Rocky film.
Did you miss Rocky in this film?
No.
I didn't miss him at all.
Wow.
I think he's great, and it would have been cool to add him on. But adding him on would have been less Jonathan Majors,
Yeah.
and I'm not with
There's
you.
a whole dispute in terms of
Okay.
ownership of
Yeah.
like
I
the
know,
franchise.
I know.
Okay. So we have to move. We will move into the last thing. So what the little girl's in the boxing ring,
Yes.
and then she pointed. Pointed.
Yeah.
I was hoping that it was Dame she was pointing at. So I wanted him to be the trainer.
No.
You know, like the dynamics when
I see.
obviously
Yeah.
Apollo and everything. Obviously Rocky back in
Yeah.
the days. Now obviously Adonis goes to Rocky to get
Yeah.
the training. I kind of wanted Dame to be the.
See, the thing is, I was thinking, you know when they were in the locker room at the end and they were
And-
like, he's like, go be with your family.
I wanted him
I
to
thought
say
you were
come
gonna say, yeah.
through.
But the
You
thing
are my
is,
family, yeah.
He's pissed off a lot of people on that side.
Especially Wood Harris.
Yeah,
Wood Harris is great in
He
this.
didn't want him at all, right?
Wood Harris is
It's
fantastic.
like, I told you. I was like, yo, this guy. But no, it's like, yeah, I see what you're saying. Maybe that would have been a beautiful moment. But yeah, no.
Let's wrap up, man.
Alright, cool. That was the Creed 3. Let's move on to Cocaine Bear real quick. Cocaine Bear. Who was Cocaine Bear directed by? I'm so sorry.
Elizabeth Banks.
It was, wasn't it? Yes,
Elizabeth Banks, who did
Directed
Pitch Perfect 3 as well.
Yeah. Starring O'Shea Jackson.
Olden Ehrenreich.
Yes. What other names can we call?
Kerry Russell.
Yes.
Matthew
Oh.
Rhys.
This guy, I love this
One
guy.
second,
That's
one
all
second. No,
right.
wait.
I love him.
I feel like this is deja vu.
Isaiah
I feel
Whitlock
like
Jr.
this is deja vu.
What happened?
Huh? You don't remember? You don't remember? You lot reeling off names. I feel like this is deja vu. Do not play with me, you two. Don't play with me. I'm just saying.
B-roll. Is that my trait or his?
Huh?
Is that my trait or his?
His.
The name
But you're lining him up. You're lining him up for something big. Yeah. Do not play with me, you two. All right, let's move.
Cocaine Bear, a story so loosely based
On the
on
truth,
true
yeah.
events, where so basically what was the guy? Was he like an officer of some sort that threw that cocaine out?
It was basically a bent cop
Yeah.
who was kind of dealing drugs and kind of like running the drugs.
Yeah. Basically got rid of some drugs from his plane, and now the people that want the drugs, who's Ray Liotta's character and his crew,
Yeah.
they need to get it back, obviously.
Yeah.
Listen, overall thoughts, I thought this movie was hilarious.
By the way,
I had a great time in the theater.
I was in a packed theater. It was such a fun movie.
Bro,
we were
everyone's
going
laughing.
crazy.
Yeah, it was a great
We were going
time.
crazy, and like I'm looking because I went with my cousin,
Yeah.
and I'm literally grabbing him, screaming. I'm like, because some of the kills and stuff like that. We'll go into it. You know, Ken, what did you think?
He's a pussy.
Oh, that means you know what
He's a pussy.
No,
Yeah,
no.
sorry.
What does Ken want think?
So listen, yeah. Hey, there's did you lot know, yeah, that there is an actual bear? I can't remember where it is in America. It's like a mannequin or like a bear statue or something. Yeah. Named after that bear, and it's called Pablo Escobar.
Yes.
No, it's no,
Yeah,
no,
yeah,
no,
yeah,
thing European, but yeah, no, you know, to be fair, like I just thought that was funny. What you say, Mo? Go on. What you tell me?
Wow.
Kev, can you
The way he
can you make an admission, please,
That
bro?
was brilliant.
That was nice. It was nice. It was nice.
Hey, listen, go no, because I fell asleep. I don't care, I fell asleep because I had to watch. But no, I had to
At what
watch.
point? Do you remember?
Yeah. What point did you fall asleep?
Bro, I conked.
Yeah.
I conked because I was in there even the pre-screen. I swear to God, because I had to watch Creed and Cocaine Bear in the same one after the other because my missus went home. I had to watch them. I conked.
Yes. I mean, I actually can't wait for you to watch it properly. But I thought it was so funny, man. Like there was some parts in this movie that took me. Like I was gone. I was laughing hysterically at some point.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, it's just one of those fun movies. I think my only gripe with this movie is that in the third act they tried to make certain things serious. Throughout the movie, they tried to make certain aspects of it serious, like Alden Ehrenreich's. Like I know it was kind of in a jokey way, but the stuff about his girlfriend.
Yeah.
And then O'Shea Jackson with the getting shot at the end.
Yeah.
And things like that. And there was just moments where I was just like, I just wanted this to be just a funny movie. You know what I'm trying to say? But it didn't take me out completely. Now the funny parts when it hit.
Yeah.
Like there was a scene where the ranger, and then she tells these boys, they're in the police cabin kind of place. Yeah, she tells them to open the door. The bear's just there chilling, and she just shoots.
Yeah.
And she shoots the guy in the head.
Yeah.
We
went nuts.
Bro, I was finished.
Yeah.
But yeah, I just thought this was really good, man. The little kids.
Yeah.
Surprised the hell out of me.
By the way, that girl was in I forgot her name now. She was in the Florida Project. That's why I recognize
really?
it. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
She's gonna be a great actor, by the way.
And
She's
little
good.
boy as well. Like
Yeah.
they did a really
They'll-
good job.
by the
Usually
way-
kids are hit and miss.
By the way, how funny was it, that scene when they were like saying, "Oh, I do cocaine." The way they did the cocaine.
Bro.
By the way, when they actually ate the cocaine, we were dying. When they ate the cocaine, this is so fun because it's such a kid thing to do.
It was
So much, and it is such a kid thing to do. By the
Can you
way,
get high like that?
yeah, you can because
You can,
it
yeah.
goes straight through the gums into the bloodstream. Like,
Yeah, because I was gonna say their mouth's gonna be like
numb.
numbed
Yeah,
out and
yeah,
stuff,
numbed out, yeah. But it
yeah,
was so it was so funny like at
Yeah.
times. But the thing is, the reason why the movie didn't work for me at times was the juxtaposition between the comedy and the horror sometimes didn't track at times and stuff like that.
Got you.
And I thought that the CGI bear looked a bit rough at times as
Did
well.
you see? Did you like feel that aspect of horror though? Because I didn't. I just saw it as kind of like a at times gory-ish comedy. That's what
Yeah.
really. Do you know what I'm trying to say?
For me, in terms of like the bear, like remember the first kill with the that
Pulling them into the bush.
no, like that, as well as obviously the guy in the tree and you see him upside down,
Right, bro.
and all the blood coming down and
Bro.
stuff like that was crazy.
Bro.
And the kind of the way the bear kind of jumped and then went up the thing and you literally starts eating him and stuff like that. It's
Bro, I
crazy.
didn't know bears can actually climb trees.
They can, of course
That's a
they
new thing
can.
unlocked, bruv.
Yeah, Bears.
Did you know that?
Yeah,
course
I'm looking. Well, obviously, I knew that. That's poor for me, man.
Yeah.
That's poor, but I'm looking at the budget. It's a 30 million. The budget was 30 mil. What do you
Imagine it's taking there.
No. Listen. There's only so much I could contribute in regards to it. So I'm definitely gonna ask questions.
Because
Can you find out how much it made, please? So
No. I'm looking at box office 38.7 mil.
So
budget was how much?
30 to 35.
So by the way, they made a lot of money domestically and also internationally.
Yeah.
So they made profit. That's
But
good.
I'm just saying, so my question is, did it look like a 30 million?
That's a
$30
good
million
question because
movie.
that's a good question because Hashi's points about the CGI of the bear, I think, are accurate.
Mm-hmm.
At times it does, like at times you can very much tell it is a CGI bear, but at the same time it wasn't like one of those take me out of the movie kind of thing. I accepted it and it was okay.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So because you had the bear doing some outrageous stuff.
Yeah, I was just reading.
Like
I was doing a lot of
sitting on
dancing and
like
wiggling
sitting
and
on
all
his
that stuff.
bum and doing the ways.
Yeah.
And I know bears do that sometimes.
And the way he was doing the drugs was so hilarious in terms of sniffing in the air and stuff like that.
Bro, he sniffed the guy's leg.
Yeah.
He had like a line.
He did a line on
and
the guy's leg, yeah.
sniffed it.
On his like chewed up, kind of like
It was
decapitated
so
leg.
ridiculous, bro.
It's so crazy.
No. I was reading. Obviously, after missing the movie, I read up a little thing because I didn't want to come in blind, but apparently it was just so far fetched.
100%.
Yeah.
100%.
Crazy.
Because the real story is the bear took
It's not
cocaine
like-
and
yeah,
died.
yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
So you just gotta feel some stuff in between. But what's his name?
Isaiah Whitlock Jr.
She.
Clay Davis. By the way,
I should've said
there
that.
was there was a time in the movie where I turned to my cousin. I said, "He's gonna say it.
No,
He's gonna say it."
I was thinking that. I think he's trying to get away from that.
Of course, because
Yeah.
he did it. He actually said it in a movie with Ed Helms
Yeah.
from The Hangover called Cedar Rapids.
Yeah.
He said it in that movie,
Yeah.
and I thought that was a wrong move.
I hate that for him that people just wanted to just say it.
Continue
for
to
the
say
sake
it.
of
You know what I'm saying?
But bro, when he said, "I jumped from the tree to the gazebo," I was done. I was like, "Ain't no way."
What a lie! What an absolute
You
lie!
jumped from the tree to the gazebo.
No way on God's green earth did that happen, bro. But
no,
for me, by the way, like in terms of this movie, like the plot doesn't really matter. The plot
Exactly,
really doesn't matter.
100%.
It's all about the comedic moments
Yes.
and the the horror kind of action set pieces.
Mhm.
Like the kills were amazing. The best scene in the whole movie, without shadow of the doubt, was when the ambulance crew came.
Oh my boy, give me some.
By the way, the way, bro, the way. This guy was in your phone.
Nah, yeah.
No.
I love the adversarial relationship.
I
happening
know.
right now.
Can I have some, please? Can I have some, just a little bit, please?
You don't
Thank
deserve it. You didn't even watch it.
All right. No, I'm actually sorry. Go and finish that.
That scene in terms of like when they try when the kind of the park ranger, I forgot the great character actor, by the way,
Yes.
who played that park ranger.
She was
When she's trying to communicate there was a bear there, and then she gets a stethoscope and she goes, "Bear."
Yeah. So
And then
good.
It was so good.
Yeah.
And then the bear come out of the shadow,
Yeah.
like with freaking blood on its
Yeah.
mouth,
Just dripping.
dripping.
Yeah.
And then that guy, by the way, how scary is it? He's trapped underneath the door. I'm thinking the bear's can literally just chew his face
That's
off.
what I thought. Yeah.
You know what I mean? And the fact that he let him kind of get away, and then he's saying, "Go, go, go,"
Yeah.
and like him trying to get onto it, and then bringing back the kind of thing where the park ranger couldn't really shoot. He goes, "Don't shoot! Shoot the bear!" You know?
She's strapped, holding the gun like this, bro.
She's like, you know, what I mean? It was
But
so
her
fun.
death though,
Yeah, it's
like,
horrific,
the
isn't
gurney
it?
and her face getting scraped on the floor.
It
All
was-
three of them got horrifically.
Horrific kill.
Yeah,
Yeah. But in terms of the camera, with the paramedic coming out the windscreen,
Yes.
and then the camera being there, and it
Just
starts
with it.
amazing.
Yeah.
Has
That was my favorite scene without shadow of a
I
doubt, by the
agree,
way.
I agree.
Has this has this story been told before?
No.
I don't think so.
No.
Not
I'm trying to
not-
look see if it's
not-
been told before.
Yeah, not in
Yeah.
movie form. I don't
But I think what movies like this are gonna kind of create now, yeah, is similar to the 80s, where it's a lot of kind of these kind of like, not exploitative, but kind of like using kind of real world
This
true
small
events,
moment and
small
create this
movement,
big
and
thing.
creating a huge
Yeah,
thing.
yeah,
This kind of weird, kind of like trashy,
Sure.
kind of like B-list, B-movie kind of
yeah.
thing.
Yeah.
And then trying to make as much money
Yeah.
as possible, because we're gonna get loads of those kind of movies from now on. I think.
Isn't this
Similar
not
to the
like
80s.
isn't this something like you know, like Meg or
Yes, or
no,
Megan and stuff like that, where
Yeah.
he's kind of like very kind of like stripped down, kind of cheap, easy to make
yeah,
movies,
it's
just
almost,
to kind of make money, basically.
just to make the money. Because when I was looking at this, I was almost thinking this is it could be something along the lines of like what's that piranha thingy, but a very good you know, the Piranhasaurus. You know, when they had like it's like a movie about piranhas, like killer piranhas and everything.
Yeah.
But then this is like a very, very well done sort of movie in regards to. It's almost like a B movie,
Yeah.
like touching A, B plus movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like it's good enough to get in the cinema because it's funny and everything.
Yeah.
But if it didn't have the comedic element to it, it would just be rubbish.
Yeah.
It would
Yeah.
just be a silly movie.
I agree, yeah.
Yeah, this movie would not have got into cinemas if it didn't have the cast it had.
And obviously
And if it
the Ray
wasn't-
Liotta.
And if it wasn't a comedy,
Yeah.
I think it was like.
Do you reckon that was a great send off in regards to sort of
Not really,
not the
no,
best,
no.
I mean,
Yeah.
obviously, I can't imagine he expected to die, of course.
no, of course
And
not.
he must have had something else lined up or something.
Yeah.
He must have wanted to work more, but and as that has his last one.
No, I think his last ever performance was Blackbird, which was a TV series on Apple Plus.
But
with Taron
Blackbird. Have you seen Blackbird?
Not yet.
We need to talk about that.
Sure.
We need to talk
Yeah,
about that.
it was a great show, great TV
It
show
was
that
really
came out
good.
last year.
But in terms of timeline, this is his last, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
But for me, this is just a fun time at the cinema. I wouldn't say it's like a great movie per se. I just say it's just a
I
fun,
think it's
fun
just a
movie,
good comedy.
a fun popcorn movie.
Yeah, if
Yeah.
you want to have a good time, just watch it.
Fair enough.
That's what I think. But,
Fair enough.
STC score, small time credit score hash.
I think box standard 6. I think.
I'll give it.
Yeah, just a fun movie. It's a fun
Yeah.
movie.
I'll give it a 7.
No real substance, but just a fun movie.
I'll give it a 7. Just because mainly I would recommend it to a lot of people because it's just a fun movie. You don't have to think too
The
much.
set pieces were great.
Yeah, you can just chill with the family and just watch it. You know what I'm trying to say? Kem, not applicable.
Not applicable because.
Alright guys, thank you for watching our movie review. That was
Okay.
so
Okay.
Thank you for joining us. We appreciate it. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell so you get notifications for when the videos are going to come out. And yeah, just guys, give us some more engagement if you can, man. Comment on the videos. Give us a 5-star rating on Spotify, Apple, and Google Podcasts. Shout out to my homies. Peace.
No,
Peace.
don't.
Peace.
I'll get you back.
Peace.
Don't worry.